y'all. chill. What else we got? Farm the natives. What's up, bro? Peace. Alright, that's what's up. Shout out to the Bay Area. What else we got? Let's listen to one more, and then we'll get cooking. Dude, Beat 08. Sounds hot. Got any OTT on this? Let's do something about that. It just like blows up. Juice, that's all. Save this, lock that OTT in. Nice, nice. Wow, putting that to grade on the roads just like kind of blows it up a little bit in a good way. It's a little more smooth without it, but I like it a little rough. Okay. Nice. Looks like I had the hi-hat on like a delay in this too, which gave it a nice kind of rhythm. Okay. All right, I think we're good to get started here. Brand spanking new. New song created. Okay, so what's up everyone? Welcome to today's stream. And yeah, so today, as you can see, we got Dirtywave M8 in the mix. Dude, I've been on an M8 kick, so we're going to keep it rocking, M8 style. And yeah, the plan really is to just do everything on M8. I don't have any MIDI controllers or anything else to mess around with. Just M8, pure M8 goodness. So let's do that. And we're going to start a beat from scratch. So I got to pick what I want to do here. Sometimes I premeditate the sample, think about it before the stream, but today I did not. So we're going to shop around. We're going to see what's going on. Check my loops folder, perhaps. Or maybe I can look at the Marlowe Digs folder, see what's in there. Dude. Eluaudial. Dude, I did not pronounce that right, I'm sure. But what's up, bro? What's cracking? Yeah, so the degrade, it's pretty nice. Yeah, it definitely gets you that lo-fi type sound for sure. It kind of just puts like aliasing on the sample, so it gets that kind of buzzy, kind of grittiness, I guess you could describe it as, which is very nice depending on what you're going for. It's good aesthetic. All right, what do we got here? E-I-U-A-D-Y-L. It's really not that important. Dude, heck yeah, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for letting me off the hook. I will take it if people give me an out when it comes to name pronunciations. Oh, all right, let's see. What do we got here? Dude, this thing's pitched up the hell and back. I think this would sound sick with some like nice, you know, classic drum break over it. Something like that. Might not even need to pitch it back down, but we do need to chop it. So let's get into that. Let's get into those operations. Dude, back when Gmail was invite only? Whoa, bro. That's what's up. Those are the good old days. Back in my day, dude, Gmail was invite only. Okay, so yeah, slicing on M8. There are many ways to do it. You've got the process command. So if you know how many bars it is, you can always use slice, you know, whatever. Let's pretend it's 4 bars. So 16 would be like 4 slices per bar. This is kind of like an even chop mode type situation. Dude, I don't know what the hell the sample is, but I love it. Okay, we're not going to do that though. Undo. Hey, maybe I'll just back out. All right, so that's one way to do it, is using the even slice mode. But you can do lazy chop as well, which is more like a real-time slicing situation, where you highlight slice marker, hold play, and then you tap edit, and it puts the markers in. That was the end of the song, I guess. Okay, so it says 7-0, but that's in hexadecimal, so it's like, there's probably actually more like 90 slices maybe. I don't know off the top of my head. With hexadecimal, it's like every time it's 10, there's 6 more. That's the best way to describe it. Wow. Yeah, I've got so many slice markers. And obviously we're not going to use every single one of these, but there's a couple that we can vibe on. That's what's up. Alright, so I think this one I did kind of mess up on. Oh, dude, look at that. We got transients to help us out. Or maybe not, actually. Where would I put it? Pull this one back a little bit. I won't fine tune every single one, but I'll do just a couple. Gatherthrid. What's up, bro? All right, so we got a legitimate question from Iuadial, and they write in and say, only if you feel like answering, not M8 specific though. I'm terrible at finding things to sample online. How do people do it? Dude, that's a great question. There are many resources and places to get started. Can't go crate digging or access old cassette tapes these days. Don't really know how to find things online. Yeah, man. I mean, you could definitely, like, a good place to get started, I guess, which is maybe a little more obvious of a spot, would be, you know, people have playlists on YouTube where if you look up, like, you know, this is a good thing for drum breaks specifically. So you could look up, like, you know, drum breaks on YouTube, and then you'll find like playlists where people have put together like a list of like stuff that they have kind of curated, I guess, as far as like songs that have drum breaks at the beginning and stuff. So that's one way to do it. You could also do that with like, you know, other kinds of genres of music. It doesn't have to be for drum breaks. You can look up you know, soul playlist, or, you know, whatever, Japanese funk, whatever kind of flavor of song that you're trying to sample. You do have to have an initial query though, but then from there you can kind of take a look. So yeah, you can always search up music of the genre that you're interested in sampling on YouTube or other, you know, music platforms. Yeah, I don't really know where else you could like find cool media if you're just doing it online. I mostly sample stuff like records and whatnot that I purchase, so that's kind of where I find music. But yeah, I would say just kind of like doing searches like that and looking for music that you're interested in sampling, songs that you really like, finding stuff that's similar, and then kind of exploring from there. Dude, heck yeah, man. So that's pretty much all I got for you. But yeah, definitely listen around. Oh yeah, and there's like websites too where you can find samples. Like I think there's one called like Samplet or like sample.io or something. If you just Google like, you know, sample music sampling website, you'll probably find ones where it basically can randomize, like it'll just give you like a random song, and you can do parameters too sometimes on some of them. I don't really remember the names of many of them, but yeah, definitely search it up on Google. Yeah, check it out. Okay, what are we doing here? Okay, I'm not going to listen to the rest of these because like I said, there's probably like 90 slices, so we're going to save it. Overwrite, I mean. And then slice 01 file. So basically now this instrument, sampler instrument, is respecting the slice markers. And what that means is I can do C1, and that'll correspond to the first slice marker. So on and so forth. Let's turn it up. And yeah, so I want to figure out what the tempo is, or what tempo I want to work with, and adjust the pitch. So we're just going to put some notes down. Good ones in here. Okay, I kind of need to add like an envelope on it too, because if I put some attack at the beginning, it'll get rid of some of those like kind of clicks. At least I think it will. So we'll do ADSR. Oh, whoops. I mean ADSR. And then we'll do to volume. And then you put just a little bit of attack, and then I'm going to max out all this decay, sustain, release type stuff. So you hear the pop. And then it's gone when you put just a little bit of attack on it. So it's just basically using the envelope to ramp up the volume, starting at 0 and then kind of going up. Alright, so we can bring the tempo down too. So yeah, 84, and then I pitched it down to 20, so that's -6 semitones, I think, because it starts at 8-0, which is like the starting tempo, or starting pitch. So we got a question, why not attack, hold, decay? So the AHD, here, let me not mess with it on that one. All right, sampler up. So yeah, attack, hold, decay is, it's like a different envelope. So I don't know exactly why it's different. I guess the sustain and release can make it so it holds the note for longer, as opposed to AHD, which is only able to hold it for 2 phrases, and then it decays over 2 phrases. Whereas the ADSR, oh, it's in seconds. Okay, that's the main difference. So the AHD is in ticks, which is like an internal unit of measure, or not ticks, it's steps and ticks. Phrases, steps, and ticks, which is more like kind of precise, as opposed to the ADSR, which is in seconds. So this one is like, it's kind of for like longer, I guess. You can make it hold longer, is basically what I'm trying to say. So that's why I use ADSR. Great question. Okay, I gotta figure out a cool kind of sequence here for the chops. All right, so that's pretty simple. I think I'm just going to use that to create or to load up some drum samples and kind of find what matches. Then after I do that, I can come back to the sample chops and maybe do something different. All right, let's do snare drum. Biddy mano. Envelope on this too, but this time we'll do attack, hold, decay, because I want it to be more precise. Yeah, it's a little bit different on the M8. Yeah, I don't know the precise difference. But I do like using the AHD for the drums. That's my intuition. Alright, so we got snare. Let's do the kick next. Boom, boom. Alright, so I found 2 cool kick drums. This one has like kind of a crash on it or something. The open hat's on it. And then this one, it's got like a little bass guitar type deal on it. This is the perks of working with samples from various sources. Sometimes they have extra sounds on them. Alright, let's stay focused on, I think I'm just going to work with this kick for now. Whoops. And yeah, I like to do some kind of like sound design type stuff. Basically use the filter or the EQ to kind of pump up the drum a little bit. Alright, and sometimes I wait to do this at the end, but I think I'll do it now, is I can set up this like trig envelope, which will create this sort of like sidechain type sound, just to make the kick a little bit more forward. So basically I want the sample chops to duck when the kick plays, and you can set that up pretty easily on M8 by going Shift up, and you go to the mod, and you put the trig envelope, destination volume, and so you want the amount to be very low. So you want the sample chops to basically play at a lower volume when there's a source, which is the kick. It has to be kick 548, not 544. This one is the one that's got like the crash on it, or the open hat. Okay, what does this sound like? So you can hear it's like very pronounced. Basically this is like muting it, and then it holds it for 3 ticks before it goes back up to its normal volume. So I don't want it to be like super pronounced like that, so you can do a mount maybe like 2-0, so it's not quite 0 volume, but it's like close. And then the decay controls like how quickly it gets back to the original volume. So you can make this shorter if you want it to very quickly get back to the regular volume, or you can make it longer or higher if you want it to take longer to get back to that volume. It's not too bad. Yeah, there's a lot of sound design tools on M8. It's very impressive. Okay. And we'll add micro timing later. So let me just get a hi-hat kind of dialed in here, and then we'll start working around with the micro timing. Something like that. Tight. And then same deal as before, we'll do an envelope. velocity go up and down. All right, so now we're ready to do micro timing. So there's an FX command for that on M8 tracker, which is called MTT, micro time. And we are going to put this on every single note. Bing, bang, boom. And then now I can adjust the value of all of them in one fell swoop as the sequence plays. And I'm kind of just listening for what sounds like kind of a natural offset timing, because this is basically going to move it off grid. Instead of triggering exactly on step 0, step 2, etc., it'll do it like just a little bit later, or it can do it a little bit earlier if I do negative micro timing. But we'll do it later. Dude, RF Pro says I'm about to start saving for this. Takes me back to the tracker days. Dude, this thing is pretty dope. Yeah, it's your modern day tracker. And dude, it's so freaking small too. It's like insane how tiny this is. Like, I don't know. I don't have banana for scale here, but you can see this is my phone. You know, it's got all the smudges on it. Here, I'll do the backside. Yeah, look at that. It's like, it's smaller than my phone. Or not as tall, I guess. It's a little chonkier for sure, because it's got that battery in it. But yeah, dude, this thing is micro. So if you want something that you can throw in your pocket, basically, and make dope beats on, this ticks all the boxes. And it's not just for hip hop too. You can do all kinds of genres, being that it's a sampler, and it has a lot of like synth engines in it too. Many possibilities is basically what I'm trying to say. So I kind of want to do like a double hi-hat pattern, and there's a couple ways to do that. I could use the delay send, but if I use the delay send, then I kind of like can't use the delay send for anything else, because it'll be very specific to doing like this kind of like, what do you call it, 8th note delay or 16th note delay, where it puts the hi-hat between it. So I think I'm just going to make a straight up another track here, which is not very efficient, but we're going to do it anyways. Okay. So I've got track 4, which is using the hi-hat. And then we'll do this one on track 5, 41. But then this one, I'm going to move them all down. Like so. Pasty. And then what does this sound like? So these ones I definitely want quieter. I can change the micro timing on these too. You probably want it to be around the same point. So I did it on a different track, but maybe I could just do it on the same track. I don't know. My instinct was to do it on a different track, but it's possible I could just put the notes between. Okay, let's do a copy so we don't mess it up. All right, 42. This is our experiment. And yeah, I'm going to just try putting them all in here. Yeah, let's see. And then number 3. DDD. Oops. Number 5. Oh, dude, this is like so tedious. I really should have just done this right off the get-go. Number 7. Lucky number. And then, okay, we're almost there. Number 9. Number B. And yes, B is a number, if you were wondering, because we're in hexadecimal right now. Oops. And then there's D. And then this is F, which is the last one. Okay. And then delete this. Okay, what does this sound like? Hey, that's not bad. Alright, so let's do that with the kick drum. And, or not do that, I mean, add micro timing to the kick drum is what I'm talking about. Dude. You doll says, I sometimes do random velocity on hi-hats. Select the column and option up and down does it. Dude, let's try that out. I want to see if that sounds dope. Oh, you know what? We're going to copy it though, make a backup. Dude, clone it. Welcome to the clone zone. And so, okay, option and up or down. Dude, randomize velocity. Bro, dude, that's a sick tip. I'm gonna randomize this one too. Power unlocked. Shift option, and then you do option up or down, and it randomizes it. Dude, that's what's up. All right. Oh yeah, and then RF Pro says, dig in the handheld size. Curious what you are capping the screen. USB out or micro HDMI. Yeah, so it's USB, just like Dial said. And yeah, basically it's a website, or well, there's a website, but there's also a program for it too. I think I can show you the program without dossing myself here. Okay, what happens when I click this button? So that's what my desktop looks like. This is basically the program. It's like just a little window. And when you do the USB, I know it's really small, but when you do the USB, it basically can capture the, I guess, display of the M8. So not too bad. Okie dokie. Back to the main show here. Oh yeah, and then I have this chroma key thing, so it kind of makes the back look invisible. So you can see like my hand through it and stuff. Pretty cool. So yeah, it's fun for streaming, but it's also fun for making beats. It's an all-in-one package. It won't do your taxes for you, but it does pretty much everything else. Yeah, the standalone program is called M8C. Okie doke. Oh yeah, next up, we want to do micro timing on the kick. Alright, so we got a lot of kick drums on this one phrase. So you're probably thinking, sounds a little too repetitive. But we have some magic here we can use with M8, which is called the nth command. And what the nth command does is it's basically a conditional trigger, and it says when the sequence gets to this note, here I'll let you see the help text, maybe that'll help. It basically says when the sequence gets to this note, it'll play it if, and then there's like various, what do you call it, frequencies or intervals at which it'll play. And the help text is, or the text at the bottom of the screen is very helpful in figuring it out. So if I do 1, 0, it plays on 2. So that means it'll skip it the first time, but then when it gets to it again, the second time, it'll play it. So we could have some of these be on 2. We could also have some of them be on the odd numbered ones. Like, so if I do it at 8, 0, it's 1 and 3. So it's only doing it when it plays it the first time, and then it does it again when it gets to the third time. And that's the reason why I have all these 3 1s here. It's basically, it needs to have these extra phrases in order to have it show up the second time. There needs to be a second time for it to show up on the second time. So I did 4 of them. Okay, what does it sound like? So yeah, it's basically skipping some of them certain times it plays through. So it makes it sound like it's a 4-bar sequence when it's really only 1 bar that's playing 4 times, but it's skipping it on certain times. Okay, and then we got snare here. I don't know if I need to do too much to this. Make it a little louder. So I want to do something different with the sample chops. This is where it gets kind of hard with M8. So normally on some other groove boxes, you might be able to just, tap something out and kind of play something in live. You can do that with M8 with MIDI controllers, but I don't have the MIDI controller plugged in. So we're kind of just putting notes in the phrase and seeing what sounds interesting. Let's back this up because I think it sounds all right. And then maybe I'll just try a couple more here. See, this might be a good like intro. What does it sound like 4 times? Alright, so what I did here was I put a reverse command in the sequence to basically, like the sample chop's playing forward, but then I put a command to make it start playing backwards. And so it creates a little bit of variety because this slice, it's like him going, hey, but if I put the reverse command in, it like kind of cuts off him doing that. So it gives it a little bit of variety basically. Sounds like he's just taking a breath. It's pretty cool. And then I did the micro timing to like have the reverse command come a little bit later than exactly on step A. Dang, that sounds kind of tight actually. And the question is, when you offset the PLY 0 like that, does it do a quick forward backwards? Well, basically it's playing forwards until it gets to this, and then it plays backwards. But the MTT is making it so that the play backwards part happens a little bit later. So it basically is just waiting a little bit longer before it plays backwards. So it's forwards, then it hits PLY 01 after waiting 10 microticks, then it plays backwards. And yeah, you can kind of like figure out what timing you want to do if you just highlight it. This will basically play it in a loop. Maybe I'll do it like this. And then you can change it. So now it's coming in much later. That's not too bad. Yeah, it's very powerful. The only kind of challenge with it is it's very precise, so you have to like specifically dial in like when it's going to come in. I don't think it's too bad. It's kind of fun. Alright, so let's do something maybe different. I kind of like it ending on this. So maybe I'll have this one be different. chill. Alright, so now what I'm thinking about is what other layers can we put on it to kind of jazz it up. So there's the, sounds like there's like an organ on it. It's like the female vocals that kind of sound like a whistle almost. And there is a bass guitar in there, but it's not very like forward. In fact, the way that I recorded it, it seems like it's just not, coming through that much. So I think we could probably add our own bass. So let me, try and put a bass line on top of it. Dude, Rolly Guacamole, what's up, bro? Yeah, this sample is very interesting. I'll end up putting it on something someday. And dude, thank you again for the support, man. You purchased the my KO2 beat tape, which is very much appreciated. And yeah, in case anyone else wants to check it out, I did this very short KO2 beat tape, which is on Bandcamp, but it's also on YouTube. So feel free to check that out. A lot of like kind of old school, sample layering type stuff. So if you're into that, you might dig it. It's called JP133. All right, so let's do some bass. Dude, heck yeah, man. Dude, I really appreciate that. I think this one will work. It's kind of wonky though because it has two notes in it in the one sample. So I'm going to use the length parameter to make it so it's just the first note. Boom, just that easy. And yeah, you can hold edit and press play to just audition it from the sample edit screen instead of needing to put notes in the phrase and press play to do that. Okay. What do I want? Where do I want this bass is the real question. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Like this, man. Okay, need to make it C4. Maybe I needed to have 8 and A. Just a little sound design stuff. So I did the low pass filter to clean it up a little bit. Whoops. And then I also did the attack hold decay envelope just to kind of like control the release of it, which you can actually put commands in the sequence to make it even shorter on the hold, which I might do for like different parts of the bass line that I want to just be like quicker plucks as opposed to like longer notes. And then I was kind of trying to find the root note. G sharp 3 sounds okay. Boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah, we can do micro timing too. I'll probably just do I'll do MTT. Yeah, it probably does need a bit of tuning. definitely like one time where this plays where it like kind of clashes with whatever's in the sample, so I do need to be mindful of that. Okay. That's the part where it messes up, which is the fourth phrase. Okay. Boom. Get out of here. Oh man, dude, this one is like not sounding good at all. Okay, when in doubt, leave it out. I'm taking it out. Okay. I think this one I want to like climb down. Doom, doom, doom. Oh, what? And then I want this one to go out more. Alright, so yeah, there already is bass in the sample, so this is kind of like interacting with it in a certain way, but I'm definitely trying to keep the notes not overlapping because it sounds kind of wonky. Like that's why I left this last one off. And yeah, this is kind of like what you can expect when it comes to trying to sequence things like the bass line and other melodic elements on M8. It's a lot of like trial and error. Not a bad thing, but can require a little bit of finagling and putting random notes in and kind of seeing what sticks. Some of the notes might be off, but it's not too terribly noticeable. So now that I've got that dialed in, I could continue to tweak the low pass filter a little bit. On there. Not really the vibe. Okay. So yeah, bass is nice and simple. We don't want it to be too complicated. Alright, what else do we want? And yeah, so this is usually the point where I'm thinking about, okay, what do we already have in the sample? What can I add that kind of creates more or makes the arrangement more interesting? And I mentioned earlier, there's already like the organ, female vocalist. I think there's a guitar too, right? No, there's not a guitar. So maybe we could add a guitar. kind of hard, but I don't know. Let's mess around with it. Alright, I think we're going the wrong direction here, but I love trying out wacky sounds and seeing what sticks. Oh, this one's not too bad. Get like a rhythm guitar in there. Bum, bum. There it goes. Some delay on it. Maybe I could control it with a filter too. Maybe I can have a different pitch of it play at a certain point. Although it's very much like the rhythm guitar, so playing the same note over and over again is not too big of a deal. Alright, let's do this. Highlight, then we can loop it. D-sharp 4 doesn't sound too bad, so let's hear it from this one. Alright, so that sounds pretty chill. So we've got the guitar in there, and that's just the rhythm guitar, so we can also add a different kind of guitar. Let's find some other layers to pepper in here. Yeah, it could be a nice bridge. Or you just kind of throw it in. The repeated part. It's not a bad idea. Alright, so I got a problem, and my problem is I always want to add the horn on this. So let's see if we can make the horn work. vocalist, like, it kind of sounds like a flute, so maybe putting a flute on will make it confusing. Dude, I kind of dig this one. Let's try doing this one. C4, where art thou? Okay, and then I have to 16-bit it, because yeah, that's the thing about M8 is it can't play higher pitches if the sample rate or sample bit rate is too high. So this one, I know for a fact it's 24-bit, so I need to 16-bit, boom, and it can do that within the device, which is very convenient. Let me trim out some of this space too at the beginning. And then we're going to crop, take it to the crop shop, right, and what does it sound like? Finding a different pitch of it is going to be tough. I do have another trick that I could do though. So basically it's like several horn notes, I guess you describe them as. But I can change the start point for this specific sample using the STA command. So this command is very flexible. And basically what this allows you to do is pick a different point for the sample to start playing. So instead of playing at the beginning where it does all the flurry of notes or however you describe that, I can have it just play, you know, towards the end where it's like one of the final notes. Figure out where I want it though. yeah, 29.wave. Let's check that one out too. What do we got here? 29. It's kind of interesting. I love pitching down an octave and seeing what happens. Dude, not a bad vibe. And so Rolly Guacamole says, what's your process for sample curation or the M8? Do you do it all on your computer first, or just collecting them all via the M8 randomly? Yeah, so that's a good question. I definitely do it on the computer first. Sometimes I use the M8 to capture samples, but I usually after that go to the computer to do like kind of the trimming and editing and stuff. So I can show you what that looks like. Because yeah, I've done a couple streams recently where I'm just listening to records and recording them on M8. Okay, so let's see. So this is what the folder will look like after I finish organizing it on the computer. Because on the computer it's easier to type names like, you know, horn 1, horn 2, and all that type of stuff. So it's called sample processing. And then these are the crate dig sessions. And so yeah, as I'm recording stuff, it doesn't have like standard names. I usually just use the random name generator on M8. But then once I finish recording all the audio, then I put it on the computer, and then I'll just kind of trim out like what I want out of the sample. And then I have different naming conventions, like there's full band samples, which I sometimes just call loops. If it's like, if there's a dominant instrument, I'll say like guitar loop or whatever. And yeah, these were all just kind of random sounds that I heard when I was listening to records on one of my streams. Yeah, and the horn run is like basically several notes, and then the horn is either just 1 or 2 notes. It's kind of a stab. Yeah, so you kind of get the gist. Dude, there's so many files in this. I think this session, there were like 90 samples by the end of it. And I think I listened to 4 records. It was either 4 or 3. I don't remember. But yeah, you can download this stuff too. I have it on the Patreon. It's like there's no paywall or anything like that. You can just download it for free. So the link is in the description if you want these samples. Just don't call the copyright police on me, because I'm sharing them for educational purposes. So let that be known. And then Uadial says, do you have a preferred settings for recording to the M8, or do you adjust per recording? No, I just try and get it. I try not to have a lot of effects and processing before I record it. I kind of just want to record it the way it is. And then after that, because that gives you more options. I feel like if you try and record it in like, you know, lo-fi or like with the vinyl sim effect on it or whatever, you might end up like kind of baking those effects into the sound. And then later on, you might be like, I kind of wish that it didn't have those effects so I could add them in a different way or whatever. So yeah, I generally don't have any kind of input FX chain or any preferred way of recording. I kind of just record stuff straight as it is. And then after that, you can add the effects and stuff. Yeah, I kind of made that mistake a long time ago when I recorded a lot of drums. I would put like the lo-fi kind of bit crush type sound on them, and I have a ton of drum samples that are now just like super lo-fi, and I can't ever get like a normal version of it unless I try and find the sample again, which might take a long time. So all that to say, no, I do not put effects on stuff when I'm recording it in. Okay. This horn's kind of a vibe. Alright, so what else do we want to add? Let's check my wacky folder here. Got a bunch of weird samples in this one. Dude, a shaker would sound nice. And you know what I could do with this is, so on M8 you only have 8 tracks, so you have to like kind of pack things in very efficiently to be able to get the most use out of your tracks that you have, because they're all monophonic. But yeah, so I do have a lot of space on the snare track, so I could probably put the shaker on here. Let's use that nth command to make some of these shakers kind of not play at certain points. Maybe this like pre-shake. Alright, so we got a little bit of extra percussion in there, thanks to all the space that I had on the snare track. So we still got one free track. So let's keep shopping around. Dude, and then let me catch up on chat here. Dude, Rolly Guacamole says, heavy computer use, which is dope to hear. Building a headless setup with trim UI brick today. Oh, dude, heck yeah. Welcome to Team M8. Even if you're just doing brick, it's you get the experience, but you don't have to pay the cost of the M8. Although I know a lot of people, they start on headless and they go to this thing because it's got, you know, the ins and outs and stuff, which is pretty sick. You could do like MIDI, which is very convenient. Although I think with headless, you could probably do MIDI over USB. So not so bad. But yeah, computer, I definitely use, the computer quite a bit because it's easier just to type the names of the samples out and stuff. Using the keyboard on this thing, dude, this would drive me insane if I had to, how do you do it? Type out like hi-hat 01. I mean, it wouldn't take that long, but still, ain't nobody got time for that. All right, what else we got in the chat here? Dude, yeah, Uadal says, the most important thing I got out of this stream was the courage to make more 8-track loops. I've been starting arrangement way too early, usually with 4 tracks so I can get a build up. Yeah, so the way that I kind of like approach making beats on this thing is usually what I do is I create, yeah, some kind of like basic sort of melodic sample chop sequence, which for this one is this. And then once I've created that, then I do the rhythm section. And then generally after that, I'm adding more melodic stuff, like the bass, and then this is the horn. Or no, this is the rhythm guitar. This one's the horn. Dude, that last horn's so tight. And then I still have room for one more. But yeah, and then once I do that, then I start to kind of bring the layers in one at a time. And yeah, I'm totally chill with it just being like a pretty simple loop. Like I try not to make things too complex. But really the key is having those additional layers that I can bring in. So it's not just everything all at once, but you'll see once I get to the arrangement part is kind of like building up, you know, then the horn comes in after just hearing, you know, the sample chops and the bass. So having things come in one layer at a time, I think is the way that I create movement in the arrangement, basically. All right, so we got one free track. What are we doing here? Dude, a lot of nice shakers in this folder. No thanks. But that's a really cool sample.
Complete without the beat, the pulse. Here we go, here we go. Okay, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take...
So this is nice. I was talking about getting another melodic layer. This is maybe more percussion, sort of. I don't know. Bell trees, kind of. It's a gray area, I would say. But I feel like this would be nice to kind of just have playing in the background to sort of like add a little bit more of a texture to what we got going on here. And you could do the ping pong looping to give it a little bit more sustain. Forward PP, that's what we're going to set it to. Sounds pretty similar playing backwards and forwards, which some instruments do. And that'll work to our advantage. other thing we could do to kind of jazz it up is to create a modulator that affects the sound in a certain way. So maybe a very tight pitch modulation would give it a little bit more kind of a dynamic sound. Alright, so we got the basic arrangement down. I think this bell chime sounds pretty chill. Alright, so next thing I want to do is make sure all of the chains are the same number of phrases, because if you have some that are 4, but then some that are only 2, basically when it's moving through each row of the song page, some of them will go faster than others and they kind of get out of sync. So everything being the same length is important. So I'm just going to make this one 4, this one's already 4, and I had this one at the bottom. So I'm going to get rid of it. This one I will make 4 as well. And then this one I'll make 4. Okay, so everything is 4 phrases long, each chain is. So now I've got 4 phrases long chain, and then 4 chains. And now what I'm going to do is create a 0, 0. This is basically like an empty chain. And I'll have zeros, 4 zeros as well. And the reason why I'm doing this is basically when these other layers come in, you have to create something empty for the playhead to move through so that it'll eventually get to the point where the horn kicks in or whatever. So let's see. This should be just the sample chops, the bass, and the drums. All right, and then you can see everything else comes in later. So I'm probably going to have the horn show up a little bit later. So maybe I'll do, yeah, sample chops and bass, then sample chops, bass, rhythm guitar, and bell tree, or chime tree, whatever it's called. And then after that, the horn comes in. This will probably sound decent. Let's try it out. Oh yeah, and you have to put an off command in this empty phrase so that things don't kind of run away. So this bell tree, it's set to ping pong loop, but it actually won't stop playing when it's in the ping pong mode until there's another note in the phrase or until there's an off command. So usually with these 0, 0 commands, I just put 0, 1 at the top, and then there's just an off command right at the beginning to cut off runaway noises like that. It does sound kind of awkward though, because it just cuts off abruptly. So maybe I'll do, this is like a weird kind of workaround that I do. I don't know if this is actually how you should be doing this, but yeah, so you can do volume command, VOL, here it is, and this will control the volume of the note that plays, or if there's no note playing, or if there's no note in the phrase, then it'll just do whatever note played last. So you could do decrease, fade it out like that, I guess. So this is every time it hits it, it's going to go -16, and then -16 again, which will be -32 basically. -16 again, so -48, and so on. What does this sound like? I kind of missed it. Let's try it one more time. From here. Cool. So yeah, basically the bell tree kind of just faded out there. Okay. All right. So then, and then one other fun thing you can do, this is one of my favorite things, is using the OTT compressor to really kind of sauce it up. So you can access OTT from the mixer page. So shift down, OTT, boom. You get this cool mixer scope too. This thing looks tight. And so the OTT will basically like, here, I'll just show you what it does. So I'm just gonna turn it on. So it's like bringing up, it kind of like really brings up the high ends, and like certain things that are quieter get louder, but you can adjust the parameters too. So it brings the shaker out a lot, and then the bell tree as well when it plays. Yeah, it's kind of, it's a very strong effect. It kind of reminds me of like the vinyl sim from like the SP series, or yeah, just maybe other compressors that kind of like that bring certain sounds out. And I'm going pretty light on it. It's only 3.4 right now. It goes all the way up to FF, which would be like 256. So yeah, just a little sauce on there, sprinkling the herb. Oh, you could do low pass filter too. With the touchscreen. Alright, let's save this one before something bad happens. Dude, hell yeah. Yeah, that beat was sick. Yeah, that was a fun one. Okay, so let's do one more. Brand new. And I gotta pick another sample. Dude, that sample was pretty dope. I don't even remember where I got it from. Let's check out my crate, see if there's anything else. I've already used like a bunch of these, so there's probably not too many left. Well, actually, dude, there's like 13 full band samples. There's got to be something I haven't done here. Record. So normally I'm like, okay, records from the 1980s, like maybe pass on them because it's going to be like, you know, corny drum machine type beats and whatnot. I feel like there was a lot of like reverb on snares and stuff. So yeah, the 80s, it can be risky if you're sampling from it. But this one, it was sick. And Angela Bofill, I know it's good stuff because I have some of her other records. And yeah, she was doing this really cool thing with her like vocalization. Do, 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 do. She was doing it throughout the whole song. It was super sick. I think in this song too, she just starts like singing in Portuguese. Like, dude, hell yeah, that's exactly what I want. All right, so yeah, let's get chopping on this one. It's a fun one. So we're gonna do highlight slice marker, lazy chop style. And this one, it has like drums in it, so it's pretty easy to tell where you want to put the markers down. A lot of slices here. I probably messed up some of these. I don't know if I really want to go through every single one though. Yeah, this one I need to pull back. Yeah, I feel like the first half of the sample, you could totally do like a different beat than the second half when the horn comes in. This one's like, I don't know what kind of vibes I get with it, but it feels different. Yeah, dude, playing this over and over again. Just imagine that pitch down. It's gonna sound tight. Okay, so yeah, I gotta pull this back. Dude, some of these chops sound dope. Yeah, this one needs to get pulled back. That's the only tricky thing with M8 too, is sometimes doing these slices, it's like you really only have two levels of zoom. You're either at this point, which is like totally zoomed out, or you're in microscope mode here, or microscope mode, I meant to say. So it's either zoomed in a lot or zoomed in not. Alright, I still need to pull it back. Where is this kick drum at? Do you see it? Oh yeah, this has got to be it. Whoa. Dude, that sounds tight too. Alright, we're gonna roll with it. Overwrite, I say. Whoa, dude. My M8 is, it's like the display's kind of bugging. See that 0 at the bottom there? This one? Dude, I don't know what that's doing there. Get out of here, I say. So it's definitely not on the M8, but it's just on the screen capture. Whatevs. Okay, so let's find those fun chops there. Oh yeah, and then you also have to do slice mode, set it to 0 in file. So now it's checking for those slice markers. Whereas with this off, it doesn't, it ignores the slice markers basically. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do this just so I can figure out what the tempo is. Nope. Like this. Okay. Maybe that's not the best one. Where there were some slices I really liked towards the end. This one. Dude, 82 BPM? It's pretty low. Dude, I like it pitched down, but I like it at the regular pitch too. I'm surprised it's 82 though. I thought it was faster. We'll do 83. Oh yeah. So you remember I mentioned the first half of the sample, it's a very different vibe. So let's see if those chops get along with these. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't be trying to make it too complicated. Let's see. This one sounds kind of cool. Dude, I'm getting so lost in the sauce here. I am trying to figure out what I actually want to do with this. What was I working on with 10? Alright, let's keep it real simple for now. Can always come back to this. Alright. So yeah, it definitely has percussion already in it. There's like a full drum kit, but we can always layer more drums on top of it. And I think having that sample loop kind of play in the background will help me pick the right drums. So let's keep going here. Put an envelope on it. Yeah, the kick drum's not very loud in the sample, so we can definitely layer something in there. Kick drum. Alright, let's use the EQ to really bring the kick up. the sample chops have this really nice like shaker in it, which accents the percussion very well. So do we need a hi-hat? Maybe not. Let's try it anyways though. Some micro timing here. Whoops. Alright, so hi-hat, not too bad. Might be able to use some of the kick drum too. As far as micro timing goes. Alright, so we get the kick doing something here. Probably have to add a couple more notes and do the nth command type deal. But yeah, engineer writes in and says, oh, what's up, dude? Writes in and says, do you use the M8 for much synthesis? I have an M8 and almost exclusively use samples because I find sound design on it with synths pretty challenging to get good results. Dude, that's a great question. I really don't, to be honest with you. I'm more of like a sample type person than anything else. But yeah, there's definitely a high volume of interesting sounds on here, whether it's, yeah, wave synth, macro synth, FM synth, etc. But yeah, I really don't mess around with this too much, but I know that a good way to learn about this kind of stuff is to download people's like presets, and to kind of take a look at how they're creating sounds and stuff, which if you go to like the Dirtywave Discord, there's a lot of resources where you can kind of like, you know, people share bundles of their songs where it's like all the entire section of the song, everything that they used is like saved in the project file, or you can like download them from like different websites. Like I think there's one called Matey or something. But yeah, if you look for it on the Discord, you'll definitely find it. And then if you can, yeah, check out how other people are creating sounds, it can give you ideas on how to do it. Like, I think I've downloaded a couple. Let me check. Packs. Disposable Planet. I feel like that's like someone that's like shared noises and stuff. Or sounds, I mean. Yeah, this one sounds kind of cool. So I guess if I wanted to learn more about it, I could load it up and, I don't know, see how these operators work. Dude, this is quite intimidating, actually, to be honest with you. I don't know how useful this actually is unless you, like, kind of know what this stuff does. So all that to say, I wish I had some better tips for you on how to sound design on this, but I kind of don't, because I mostly work with samples. Delete it, I say. Okay, so we were working on the kick sequence. Ah, that's a good point. Yeah, you can't really like mess around with stuff in a hands-on capacity. Although I guess you could do that if you like mapped certain parameters. You know how to do like the MIDI CC mapping. So if you have a controller that can do that, you can kind of plug it in and get it to work like that. But it's definitely not convenient or simple, but it can be done. That's what I'm saying. Alright, so we got the rhythm section sounded okay. Let's come back to these sample drops, see what else I can do. These might just sound wild. The horn is playing much quicker than I really realized, so it's kind of hard to find like a chill sort of segment of it. So I think we just gotta rock with it. vocalizations. That sounds sick. Alright, let me try doing maybe reverse command here. Dude, maybe that was my mistake, was I was not using the space in between to trigger even different sounds. So that might be the ticket here. Man, this one's tough to get. I feel like this is the kind of sample where it's much easier to just be able to like kind of play it in live than to use the super duper precise sequencer that's on the M8. Yeah, let me just, I'm about to save this as A, you know what I'm saying? And then maybe try doing one different one. That sample is tight though. Probably going to need to work with it on a different device to maximize it. So yeah, let's do one more different one. And yeah, we'll check the Marlowe Digs folder. This guy always hooks it up with pretty dope like Rhodes samples. It's really easy to build like a chill vibe just by using some of these, whatchamacallits here. Buttery, you know what I'm saying? Dude, some like mysterious chords. Dude, you could build such a sick beat just off of some basic sounds like this. Alright, but there's always something going on at the beginning here that I need to fix, which is the start point. Look at all this blank space. Dude, what gives? Crop it. And then 16-bit. So saith I. Override it. Okay. Whoops. Okay. And then we'll use that start command to kind of like trigger it midway through the sample. All right, so from the top. Something like that. All right, let's make it happen and let's keep it snapping. Yeah, it's such a simple melody. And then you could probably put like a ton of different layers on it. You know, horn sample and whatever else. All right, let's do slice drum break. In fact, I have a folder for it. Sample drums, breaks. Alright, this one I'll have to pitch up a little bit, but it sounds pretty dope. How do I want to chop? Dude, I've been lazy chopping all day. Maybe I should try doing auto chop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm thinking 16 is probably going to be the ticket here. Let's see how that sounds. No need to reinvent the wheel. All right, so slice 01 file. make sure the timing of this one's right. Let's do it like this. Alright, so quick and dirty. What else we got? Dude, that's the crazy part about using a sliced drum break. It's like I'm already done with the drums, kind of. Although I could put like a shaker or something. There's kind of like a hand drum, and then, yeah, the kick hat snare. Let's not mess around too much with it. I can always come back for additional percussions. Alright, let's do bass next. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Bro, dude, is this in key? I don't even know, but I like the cut of it. Okay, what are we working with here? That like Jaco Pastorius type bass line, and you know you love it. Okay, what do I do with this? To do anything. Okay, no, I definitely need to do something. Don't be lazy. All right. So yeah, let's do start command. So instead of putting slice markers in the file, I can just use the start command to kind of chop the sample, quote unquote. So this is the fun part. So when you use the start command, you can totally just add notes like wherever. Like, okay, so right here, I kind of want another bass note on this C step. So I just have to find it using the start command, STA all day. Not bad, actually. You'd have to tell me. I'm definitely not an expert when it comes to whether a bass is fretless or not. I'm not sure what the clue is, but yeah, I definitely don't know where the heck I got this from. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, Milky Milky 101 agrees with me. Seems like it's some like Jaco Pastorius type bass. Sounds hot. I'm into that. See, this is the kind of stuff that I listen to. I listen to the record and I'm like, let me record that. There's nothing else going on. It's just bass. That'll come in handy someday. And here we are. Too tight. I can't low pass it and get rid of that energy. Alright. Yeah, I can't turn it down though. Oh yeah, and Milky Milky 101 was saying reverb maybe? Dude, instant vibe. Not the delay though, that's too much. Okay, what else we got? Damn, yeah, that fit very well. So we got the Rhodes, we got the kind of like lead bass almost. Definitely horn would fit. Bana, 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 na, na, bana. So I think I do want it to come in the second time though. Maybe. Oops. How does it sound? right timing for this. Maybe I keep it on C. Milky 101 confirmed. Felix Pastorius. So definitely son of Jaco Pastorius. Dude, I gotta check that guy out. Sounds dope. Mint green suit. That has an effect on the music, let me tell you. It's definitely my SD card being not so nice. I feel like one more horn sample would be tight. I don't know if I'm gonna find the right one though. Maybe this one will work. I'll probably have to do the same bandpass on it though. Okay, so B503. B5. There you are. Okay. And then 42. Da-da-do. This one sounds pretty interesting. What is this? Piano of some sort? Let me fix it up a little bit. Because, yeah, I want it to trigger a little bit closer to the transient here. Boo. Right here. Dude, yeah, thanks for tuning in. You Adal. Dude, yeah, take it easy, man. Appreciate you. Gatterford says, plug it in a mic. Should I go with the blue blueberry, or the WA87 for Vox into a 1078 Neve preamp? Dude, you're speaking a different language right now. I recognize those words, and I do like blueberries. But I don't know what any of that stuff is. But it sounds dope, dude. If it gets you that nice, edgy vocal, dude, I'm into it. trying to add one more layer here. Go back to my wacky folder. Sounds familiar. Ping pong that. Interesting. This might sound tight with this piano, just kind of like playing in between the notes or something. Dude, Mr. 842. What's up, bro? Envelope on this. That's my tag. All right. I said one more layer, but we're gonna do another one. let's do percussion. We can do the shaker. Sounds pretty chill. Whoops. Okay, so one on each note there. I'll do the start command. STA. And it's STA all day. MTT next. So yeah, the STA command, really great for just finding those unique pockets with percussion loops, like this shaker loop, for instance. All right. Yeah, I think we've got a decent amount of layers here. Let's get a range in. And first step is making sure everything's 4 phrases long. And our long journey's over. Okay, now I'm going to copy this. So now there's 4 of them. And then we'll do the world famous 0, 0. This is like an empty chain, basically. And then I know I got to fade out something, so let me just get this over with right now. Usually I do the volume command, VOL. Like so. And that'll fade it out. Okay. Then, what is this? All right, so this is the Rhodes, the drum break, and then number 3 is the bass, I think. All right, we'll have the horn come in last. So I think I'll start by bringing in the vocal choir and the piano. Wow, dude, I had this envelope on. It wasn't even targeting the volume. It was doing nothing. Embarrassing. bring this over to the drum section here. Okay, so yeah, I think it's pretty natural progression. It starts with just the Rhodes and the bass, then the vocal choir and piano come in, then the horn at the end. Whoops, but yeah, let's hear from the top. I did it. I went there. tight. Took a while to get there, but we did it. Alright folks, well I think that's gonna do it for this one. Dude, almost did 3 hours. 2 hours 58 minutes. Maybe it'll be 3 hours by the time I'm done yapping here, because I do have an announcement, which is that I have a video coming out tomorrow, so be sure to check it out if you're interested. It is about the Dirtywave M8, and it's actually my full workflow. So it's a super long video. It's kind of like these streams. Basically, I just recorded like a long session of me making a beat start to finish. So you can see, some of the techniques I use, very similar again to what I do on stream, but it'll be in video format and it'll be edited a little bit. But yeah, the video is going to be like an hour long, so it's kind of a long one, but it's a fun, chill vibe, and it's basically just me kind of talking about the things I'm doing and how I get down on M8. So if you're interested in that, check it out. But like I said, it's very long, so just you've been warned, basically. All right, let me give some shout outs to the chat before I get out of here and eat some lunch. So dude, Arm the Natives, dude, shout out to you. Thanks for tuning in, bro. EI Ua Dial, dude, that guy's name's hard to pronounce, or that person's name, sorry about that. Dude, Gat Earthridge, shout out to you. Thanks for tuning in, bro. Dude, RF Pro, asking some sick questions, so shout out to you. What else do we have? Oh yeah, Rolly Guacamole, dude, thanks again for copping the B tape on Bandcamp, dude. I appreciate your support, dude. Who else we got? Oh, dude, Engineer was asking about M8 synthesis, which I know very little about, so unfortunately I didn't have any insights to share there. Dude, Milky 101, shout out to you, bro. Cat Earthrid, I think I already said Cat Earthrid, but I'm shouting you out twice, dude. Good luck recording those vocals. I hope they turn out sick. I like that signal flow. I'm into it. All right, and on that note, I'm out of here. So thanks again for rocking out with me. Hope to catch you on the next one. But until then, peace.